Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. So we're looking at the total three, the total crypto market cap minus Bitcoin and Ethereum on the weekly time frame. And I have the Gaussian channel pulled up here briefly just to show you that these red dashed curved lines here represent the mean band of the Gaussian channel and the top of the Gaussian channel. And I've extended them past our current time frame to give us an idea, at least in the short term, uh, where they are located at when I turn this indicator off so that the colors return back to normal. Now, the bottom of the Gaussian channel appears to be at 337, and we entered it in the first week or two of July. Now, no, I don't think we have enough here. But, well, yeah, you can see here, when we enter the Gaussian channel, we quickly move up through it, just like in Bitcoin and other uh, crypto assets, um, and kind of find some consolidation here in the upper portion of the mean band. This is back in 2019, 2020. That was, and unfortunately, this doesn't go back very far here, like the Bitcoin chart. But this was not normal even in Bitcoin because of COVID and because of the accumulation distribution or the accumulation. Anyway, I'm getting beyond myself here, and that's for another video. Accumulation wasn't as strong in 2019 as it was in 2015 and as it is currently. So we accelerated too fast, and it wasn't supported. In 2015, it was supported, and currently the rate of accumulation is much greater even than in 2015. So I see no problem in our moves being supported here. Um, Now, so let's turn off the Gaussian channel. We've entered it, and our next move is up through it. There. Now, at least it makes things a little clearer. So here we are currently, and we're having a nice, a 1.2% move thus far today. Nice little pump. Now, I've also shown the head and shoulders pattern here that we've been, and this is repetition for anybody who's watched my videos, so that we've created over a year-long plus period. And it's a reversal pattern out of our bear market. It's typical. This is all very, very typical. And we've formed our second shoulder. The neck line is of the head and shoulders pattern is this green, bright green line here, and that is currently at about 390 billion. The other thing to note is this parallel channel. This parallel channel right here that I just bolted was the we'd been trading in since May of 2022. That's our bear channel, and these other channels are bullish channels um, that we are reversing into. Anyway, let's make that light again. The target of this head and shoulders pattern measured from the bottom of the head, since it's inverse, to the... Okay, we're back. Ah, that was very interesting because I realized that I was referencing an arrow that I had drawn, this green arrow, which was the target uh, from a breakout from this ascending triangle that we had been forming for quite some time. And so we were considering a breakout here back in April. And this was the target up around 570, 575 or so, 571. Which is interesting because so I've drawn the target for the head and shoulders pattern, these yellow arrows, and from the top of the head to the neckline, and carried it over here from the breakout region. And that takes us right up to the same level, 571,000, which is very interesting that they are consistent there. Now, that is also the around a support level here back in February of 22. It's in this range anyway. You can see there was support here. This is on the weekly, and there was support there. And anyway, it's a range of support. So that's our target. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to shoot way up there. However, could be very possible that we do hit there by September. And then I would expect I do expect a huge move upward, probably overshooting uh, a reasonable price, and then a pullback down. I mean, it's the way the market goes. Nice area to retest would be here around 450 billion. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll just have to take a look at that. We'll have to take a look at this again. Well, probably before that, but reassess our situation here at the top of the Gaussian channel. That's currently around 460 billion, 450 billion by the time we get there. Anyway, that's where I see us going. Now, also with if you look at all the other crypto assets, got to turn the Gaussian channel back on. I'm kind of all over the place because it's early in the morning. I'm going to go back to bed here in a little bit. It's the middle of the night. Well, it's early morning. But we're entering the Gaussian channel on the weekly time frame on many of our crypto assets, and that predicates a move through to the upper range of the channel for Cosmos here, that would be about 13 and a quarter to almost 17 in that range. Let's see how AVAX is doing. I'm just doing this on the fly. AVAX is approaching. A lot of these have been knocked way down, and they're just approaching the weekly Gaussian channel here. Let's get this out of the way. BNB. BNB is fighting resistance here at the bottom of the Gaussian channel after Gary knocked them down. But BNB strong. Let's see it move right through here, back up into this range, 305 to 360. What else we got here? We can just shoot through and look at a few of these. Where Chili's is at? That was not way. Chili's is way below. Yeah. Curve. Let's look at curve. Curve is just entering the weekly Gaussian channel. I expect moves for all these tokens. Many of them. A buck 13 to a buck 50 something. And what we're doing as we are moving into our bull market, we're simply returning back to our early 2022 values. So keep that in mind as well. Let's see what Casper's doing. Oh, it's fairly new. They haven't quite formed. Dogecoin, same. I expect us to move on a lot of these coins up to 0.08 something to 0.11. Polkadot has been, yeah, that's just approaching the bottom of the Gaussian channel. So all these are consistent with what the overall chart says. I see big moves quickly in August. Nice bull market run in August. Yeah, look at all these. Gala's under. It needs some catching up to do. But wouldn't that be nice if it got up to 6 cents to 9 cent region? But look how far it's come down here. Huh. H bar is probably below. It's just breaking into it. Nice. Helium. Whoa, it's way below. Yeah, it's been beaten down. Internet computer. Now Link, look at this. Link has seen some moves. So Link's doing what I expect the others to do. Look at that nice move, but they've had some good news come out with updates they're doing. Matic has just entered. It's in this parallel channel. And so, I have a little triangle here. Let's go on the daily, see what my little triangle is saying. Come on. Who knows? Anyway, this little arrow is predicting a target up here. I think that was out of a parallel channel. Anyway, moving on, near protocol. Let's go back to the weekly. I got distracted there for a second. Yeah, it's been beaten way down. Ocean. Okay, now this is interesting. Some of these have already made their moves because of the AI pump or whatever. So Ocean has accelerated through the Gaussian channel here on the weekly time frame and consolidated in the mean band. It's ready to, but it's ready to break out from there and make the next move upwards here. Uh, probably up to 75 cent to $1.25 range. Let me see now. And then probably back down to a retest of 58 cents. If it came all the way back down here, what would it be retesting? Nothing really. It's already retesting uh, this support level right here. So it's kind of like Bitcoin right now. It's retesting the support levels back here. It's ready to break out and make the next move up to these levels. Render's probably the same. Let's see. So renders, it's kind of even more like Bitcoin because it's already come up out of the Gaussian channel, coming back down here, and look what it's doing. It's retesting these lows, these support levels back here. So it's ready to bust a move from there too. Probably following this trend line, one of these two trend lines. I'll have to analyze that a little bit more. Maybe get a video out this weekend. Coming up here to around $4. Probably this run in August will take this up to just over $4, retesting these highs. And anyway, we'll see what it will. Once it makes that move, we'll have to reanalyze that. See what Sandbox is doing. Yeah, that's way down. Solana. Oh, look at Solana has re-entered the Gaussian channel, and I have a bunch of lines drawn there. Nice, nice. I won't zoom in on that because I'll just get confused, and I'll save that for the weekend. What's Uniswap doing? I imagine that's making its move through the channel. So let's see, XLM shot right through. XRP, of course, shot right through. And XRP is consolidating in the triangle as predicted here. And let's see what happens after the FOMC meeting. The FOMC meeting marked by this vertical line, a fuchsia colored line on many of my charts. Next Wednesday will be the catalyst. Because we don't get another one in August until I think here in September, 19th and 20th, I believe. So we will have almost 2 months without a FOMC meeting. Of course, I think at the end of August, Jerome, they have their little meeting in Jackson Hole. I forget where that's at. Anyway, they did last year. I believe that's what they do annually. It's like world leaders or something. I don't know. So, okay. So basically, I made my point with the altcoin market. That's what's going to happen, folks. Get ready. Strap on. Strap in. Whatever. Here. We're at 361. At 370, we move out of the parallel channel, bear market parallel channel, which we have done previously, and fallen back into it. neckline, about 390. Once we break that, we're going to see a huge move through here to the top of the Gaussian channel around 450, 460, and I see that in the weeks ahead. What do I have here on this chart? Bitcoin. Now, last video I pointed out that Bitcoin, let's go to the daily for a second. I'm on a different chart with less lines, so it's a little bit clearer. The daily Gaussian channel, price action has threatened falling back into the daily Gaussian channel. And what would happen if we did that is that we'd probably come back down into it a little bit. Probably to the mean band, would continue upwards here, and we would see a retest of this 28.8 support level, which is why is that a support level? If we go back here, not there, back more, back here, it's our support level from June 22nd, 2021. It was the low back here between our two high, our double top there. So 28.8 is the ultimate bottom between those two between those two tops. And but it is not necessary that we fall all the way down there. Okay, it is not necessary that we enter the daily Gaussian channel. We have a lot of support right now, and a lot of institutions are trying to get into the Bitcoin market. There's a lot of accumulation going on. They're buying up all the crap that's getting sold is getting bought up, and they're going to hold on to it, and you won't get it back. Futures is trading just about $80 more than spot, and that's not very much. I'd like to see that get up to a couple $100. That's when more traditional investors and institutions are buying, I believe, is what that indicates. Now, so we don't necessarily need to fall out of there and into there. I mean, and if we don't, that means we will simply move up here. Now, let's go back to the weekly, because what we've been doing for the past several weeks now with our move out of the Gaussian channel, and you should know what's going on here, because I'm sure a lot of influencers and chart analysts, whatever you want to call them, are discussing. This has been well discussed on our move out of the bear market and into the bull market. We come through the Gaussian channel. We usually come up, come back down, and retest it, and that's what they'll tell you, and that's what you'll hear over and over and over again. And that is not the case. That's not what price action is doing. We move up through here, come back down and retest it, then take off. Come back down and retest it and take off. And if you zoom in on these are much larger moves than what they look like. Let's go back in 2015, for example, and measure this. From the top of the Gaussian channel here, That's a 30% move. And then back down to retest. It looks like it's retesting the top of the Gaussian channel. What it's actually doing is retesting the previous support levels back here. Let's get that off. And if you look at this, this is why it's not necessary that we go back down all the way to 28.8, because this support level here is about 338. And what did we come down to here? We came back down to about 351. So it wasn't necessary back then to come all the way down to the very bottom here between these two peaks. But what we did do is thoroughly test this range right here. As a matter of fact, I wanted to point this out too. We're actually testing this level of support, this range of support here that we traded in before the final dump to the bottom. What did we do here in 2019? And I don't like that price action here as much as 2015. This is kind of a jacked up time period. So again here, tested this level of support here. We didn't necessarily have to come all the way down and test this. But what we ended up doing in COVID is, yeah, we did do that with the COVID crash. It took us right back down to these levels. Of course, we wicked through briefly, but closed at, you can see here, COVID, I mean, we all know what that was. The end of the world was coming, but ended up maintaining this support right here. But as I've said time and time again, this did not have the strong accumulation that we've had in 2015 and currently. Here, so this is what we're doing. We're testing this support level, and we're thoroughly testing this range. Don't need to come all the way down to 28.8. We're testing these other levels at 29.6. Just about 29 even. What's that one? Anyway, testing those levels as well as kind of this level of support before our final dump here. So we're ready to move on. We don't need to come back down into the daily Gaussian channel. And we got about a week before blast off, people. So now, oh, here's my little zigzaggy thing. Let's bring it over here and place it there. I made that zigzaggy thing a long time ago. Okay, I gotta get this off of auto. And I think it's still valid. There we go. So, didn't quite do exactly this, but here we go. We're ready to blast off. And this is where we're going. August. End of August, we'll be up here at 40,000. So get that. Undo that. Get him back out of the way. All right. So I'll go into a better analysis uh, probably this weekend. But I had to get something out here. And things are looking pretty good here. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, check the comment section because I don't really do much tweeting, but I will, and I have uh, posted important updates in the comment sections to the related videos. See you next time.